Hello everyone, Harry Baldock here, editor at Total Telecom. I'm here today at this MWC 2022 and I'm delighted to be joined by Henry Calvert. Henry, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Harry. It's great to be back here at Mobile World Congress Barcelona.
Absolutely. We're here today to kind of talk about 5G Advanced, and the first thing, of course, is that the standardization process and the research is advancing very quickly. What do you think about the next steps for this in terms of new use cases and value for operators?
Well, the theme at Mobile World Congress is Unleashed Connectivity. And it's the 5G momentum that started to actually bring this. We've never seen a generational technology advance so quickly. We are seeing operators launching networks around the world, trialing networks around the world. We're seeing different access technologies like fixed wireless access and also 5G standalone networks come to bear. And in the future, we'll see 5G enable millimeter wave spectrum that's, have been acquired by operators recently. And lastly, we can see the next generation of 5G Advanced, start to bring some real use cases to the consumer and enterprise marketplace.
And of course, the demand for these new use cases is increasing, both in the consumer space with things like AR and VR, and in the enterprise space for super high uplink and accurate positioning. What do you see of these trends globally, and do you think the network needs to evolve to meet these new use cases?
Yeah, when we've looked at the 5G research, why is 5G momentum so good at the moment? We see that people want to use video streaming. And they want the best experience that they can get on video streaming. I mean, the environmental situation we've been in with the pandemic, streaming has become one of the superstars of mobile technologies that we've done. But we can actually see that growth that's actually happened between when streaming services have enabled themselves online, and then they've moved to mobile. And through the 4th generation and the 5th generation, we've seen those streaming services just grow exponentially. If you take Netflix, for example, I think there were 7 million customers back in 2007. They're now 220 million customers. It's a phenomenal growth that's actually come through. 5G Advanced will just bring that more immersive experience. And as XR is really enhanced on the new radio, we're seeing the same sort of change that we saw before. There's another driver in that. The devices are moving from clunky headsets to new fashionable glasses. I think Ray-Ban even actually have a glass that you can actually have augmented reality on. And this is just going to bring another level of dimension to people's lives as they're either working at home or they're doing something that they need to be in a different place at a different time. So AR and VR, we see over the next 5 years, is really going to drive the 5G Advanced that we need. When we look at the enterprise market, IoT has what is it? It's forecasted to be 26 billion by 2025. That's a phenomenal growth in connected devices. When you actually think we're 10 billion connected devices now, it's almost a trebling of what's going on. So what's actually happening underneath there is there's forecasted about 4 billion cellular connected devices. But enterprises are starting to actually say, I can really get productivity in what I'm actually doing. I can see my assets out there. I can track my assets. I can see the logistics of it. Now, what 5G Advanced brings is almost ultra-high definition on that. It starts to bring positioning down to centimeters, so you can actually find things within your own factory rather than on your trucks and in where they're being transported. So we're seeing a much more high fidelity of that. When we think about 5G, 5G is a huge pipe. But IoT only needs a really small pipe. So what's actually happening with 5G reduced capacity is that we are really optimizing how we use that channel and how that channel is actually being delivered. So there's just 2 cases about how 5G Advanced is going to change the enterprise marketplace.
Yeah, it's such an exciting prospect for the future. And on that, the GSMA, of course, is working together with the industry to really try and create a 5G Advanced community and a kind of a working group taking things forward to explore the high-value use cases and decide the direction for 5G Advanced. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process of creating this community so far and what's going to be new going forward?
Yes, so the standardization process continues in ETSI and 3GPP. They're the place where actually the technology gets standardized. We're about scalable adoption. You know, we want to unleash the connectivity on the new standards that come out, and we want to do it commercially correctly. And that's really trying to understand the use cases and the business case within that use case. So operators can be ensured that they can invest in 5G advanced technology and then get a return from it. They also want to invest in 5G advanced technology because they know they're bringing the right experience to their customers and their enterprise marketplace. So at GSMA, we want to have that community, we want to have that interest group where we can have that discussion and sort of get the technology adopted, because 5G advanced is the next step, and of course after that we're going to see 6G, but let's get 5G advanced done first.
Absolutely, really exciting time. Henry, thank you very much for your time today. It's been really fun talking to you.
Great, Harry, thank you very much.